Hey there, students. Still me talking about fixing up our paper for our final draft, and this rubric is in your writing folder there in the bottom. The persuasive paper rubric, and you grade on 10 things. Your 6 paragraphs, each one counts for 10 points. You grade on your grammar. There's a grammar checker. If you recall back when we did turn it in during first try, it helps me out. Gets that your 3 quotations need to be done correctly. Obviously, we've talked about that, and if you want me to take a look at that ahead of time, you can send me your 3 sentences with your quotations in, and I can tell you what I think about it. You have your works cited page, or your format, which is pretty plain and simple, and then last of all, your works cited page, which I'll talk about in just 1 second. And your grade off 3 things: 0, inadequate. Like some kids don't put in, they don't put in their like their possible solution, or they don't even do a counter argument, right? They're skipping paragraphs or whatnot. And so obviously, if that's the situation, you're going to get a 0 there. Some kids don't put their works cited page in. Some kids, every student's different, but you're based off that. A 0 is inadequate. A 3 means that you're emerging. My chair is sinking down, so I'm fixing it. Okay, we're back at it. All right. So you can put in there inadequate, emerging. As a 3, 7.5 means you're developing. It's in a good spot. And then exemplary. If you look at my paper that I wrote, I would probably tell you that my quality time paper is probably a B. It's probably around an 85%. And my subway paper, I would tell you, is more lower than that. But if you look at both of them are missing their works cited page, so automatically I lose 10 points. So my subway paper is probably about a 60 because I'm on my works cited page, and the reality is that my 85% is 75%. So make sure you turn that works cited page, and I'll talk about that in just 1 second. So this is it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, this is how you're graded. And have great structure. Go back, read again. Make sure that it makes sense. Make sure you're not restating the same thing over and over again. Have great emotional examples for each one. Make sure your logical argument makes sense. Make it so it doesn't sound like a machine talking to me, and you'll probably be in a good spot. So that's that. And then the other one is your works cited page. You need to put this in your document. This will be on the last page. It's its own page. It starts right up on the top. It needs to be in alphabetical order. Each needs to be double spaced as well as hanging paragraph. 12-point font, Times New Roman. So you'll center works cited. You put in that first one. The second one, if you don't have an author, you just start it based off of wherever it is. I just found these things and put them in. But that's how it looks. And they need to be a hanging paragraph. So this talks about how to make a hanging paragraph. That's how it should look. All right. So that's due with it. All right. And so make sure you go back, proofread, go through your stuff. Make sure you have great sentence structure, additional sentence details there. And then from there, you're just going to submit your stuff, and I'll get to grading. But we're almost done here. But make sure you go back and you do your work, and make sure you do this works cited page. And, of course, make sure you check in with me if you need to.